Hi, it's Miss P, and it's time to do another pattern review. If that's something that interests you, stay tuned. Today we are talking about Butterick 6902. 6902 is a pants and vest pattern that has what they call full leg, wide leg pants, and it has a button down vest with a tie back. I chose not to do the pants. The bottoms that you're going to see on this is uh, I think it's McCall's or Simplicity 3005. It's a skirt that I did a few weeks ago and that I decided to revisit to go along with this vest in the same fabric. I cut a size 30. I should have cut a size 28, which means I will have to go, if I wish to make this again, I'll have to go purchase the next size grouping down for this pattern. Yeah, and do a full bust adjustment, but we'll talk about that more later. So what I didn't do is I didn't look at the finished garment measurements. As you can see here, the finished garment measurements are significantly larger than the body measurements. So if you have a 52-inch waist, you should have a 6-inch differential, they're saying, in the bust. So it should be a 58 when you're done doing a size 30, which I think is a big difference. But it didn't really show in the garment. Like the garment's too big, but I don't know. I'll have to do some research and measurements and see what's what with that. The fabric that I used is a heavy cotton suiting. It has this little teeny tiny mod print. It has a very soft texture. If you look here, I don't know if I'm getting it on camera, but if you look, you'll see that it kind of looks like a flannel up close. It kind of feels like a flannel too, but it's not. On the other side, it's a very flat kind of, very much clearer kind of print, but I preferred the softer touch to the flannelly edge. So yeah, that's the fabric I used. I lined it with a polyester lining, polyester satin lining, or acetate maybe. I think it's polyester. It's pretty soft, and acetate kind of and acetate kind of feels crunchy to me, and this doesn't feel crunchy, so I don't think it's that. By the way, if you like the fabric that I chose, don't forget to hit that like button and let me know. I feel like this was a very easy pattern to sew. I didn't have any difficulties with it. It didn't give me any problems. Following the directions was easy. I think that using the pattern markings are very important on a vest like this because it does have darts, it does have attachments, it does have buttons. So those pattern markings are going to be your friend on a garment like this. I really feel like I did a pretty good job. And it was because the pattern was an easy pattern and it was easy to follow. No, so yeah, like I said, I didn't make any alterations on this garment. I didn't feel like it needed any when I started it, given the size of the bust and the cut and everything. It looks very curvy, but that's just the tie pulls in the back kind of giving it that little snatch in the center, but truly it's fairly a boxy garment. Yeah, so I didn't make any alterations. The pros of this garment are that the instructions are easy to follow, that it's your finished garment feels true to size. Because it's the exact same for the lining as it is for the outside. As you can see, the lining goes right up to the edge. That means you can make it reversible. I think that is a big pro, and if I make this in the future, I will be doing it as a reversible garment. Yeah, if this is a style you like, then there's really a lot of pros for this. The cons is that the pockets are faux pockets. You can't put anything in there, and it would have been nice just to, even if it was just a little pocket, because it's not much space, even if it was that little 4-inch pocket to the point, it would have been nice. And I don't know how to do welt pockets, so I didn't try and make that alteration on my own. And when I learn how to do it, then that would be something I would do. So that was a con. And there aren't any really other cons. All the other cons are in my knowledge base, because when I was sewing this garment, in the back, they had this thing. And now this is supposed to be a V. And as you can see, it looks more like a very sad cursive N, or it looks like a U or a hump, whatever you want to say. What it doesn't look like is a point, like it doesn't come to a V. And if you know how to do that, please put in the comments a link to a video, or just tell me, how do you get that sharp V in the back of things like this, or when you're doing things that require that. Let's see. So yeah, the only cons were with my knowledge base. Overall, I would give, like, on a scale to 1 to 10, how difficult was it? I'd give it a 3, because you're doing the buttons. Maybe a 4 if that's something that's really hard for you, but everything else was so easy to read and so easy to follow. As far as over the look of it, I would have to give that a 9. It's everything I wanted it to be as far as the styling goes. It has that kind of classic button down V, and it has the little V on the bottom, which gives definition to your body. I think that if I did this again, I would probably do make the shoulder part narrower, because as you can see in here, it's kind of wide. And I think also if I made it a little narrow, it might help with some of the gapping in here. Because I needed a full bust adjustment on this, I really probably should have gone down to a 28 or a 26 and then done that full bust adjustment. And that would have given, and then like tighten the darts a bit. That way I would have had more space for my breast, but it would have still been tight on my waist. So that's something that I would probably do if I did it again. But those are just like personal choice things. I don't think that stylistically, oh, the other thing stylistically that I would do is I would put a little buckle instead of the ties, because this has a tie on the back. What ties do, whether you tie it in a knot like I did, or if you tie it in a bow, wherever you have a bow, it's going to add volume. And if you have a bow on your hips and you're straight up and down, then those bows are your friend, because it gives you that kind of, it makes you go out on your hips. And if you do it on your butt, same thing. When you're already fully proportioned, like you have a fuller proportions, then those bows kind of, like if you have it on your waist, like in your back, the small of your back, instead of your back going in, now you have this, now it's going straight and then out a little. At least mine is. Instead of it going in like that, now you see that knot, visually, it kind of just doesn't go in as much. And I prefer to have as much definition as possible in my more tailored garments. As far as style, yeah, there's nothing else I think I would do. I think that I would just simply make those alterations, and that would be it. So yeah. And I guess that's it for today. If you have any questions, please, as always, put them down in below in the comments. I love answering the questions. I love seeing comments. I love constructive criticism. I just enjoy this medium. So if you have anything you need to say, let me know. If you have questions about this vest, let me know. If you have ideas about other things that might look great on me, patterns, you please let me know. I'm always happy to hear from you. As always, like and subscribe if you would like to like and subscribe. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.